My name is Ricky Turcios. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm 27 years old, you know what I'm saying? Hey. But it's good to see y'all for this interview, you know what I'm saying? We finna be chopping it up.
No doubt about it. Let's talk about it, man. How did this journey begin for you, man? How did you start down the path of martial arts?
Well, I've done martial arts my whole life, you know what I'm saying? But to talk about the beginnings, man, I can remember being a young boy doing martial arts since I was like 5, you feel me on that? I remember being that's my first memories, you feel me? When I was 5 years old, I could remember being in the garage, me and my pops, and then we would be in there training together. This was the first memories, you know what I mean? We would be in there, man. We'd be in there, we'd be hitting the bag, hitting the pads together. He'd be holding the mitts for me, you know what I'm saying? And then like we'd even do defense drills, you feel me on that? He would like, hey, put your hands up, you feel me? He would do a little light touch spar with me, you know what I mean? He pump some jabs. Hey, that's how you gotta pick that jab, you gotta block that jab, you know what I mean? A little sparring like that. And then even times two, I could remember, I'm like so small, and then my dad's all tall, right? And then like he gives me a little opening, right? He like look away real quick or something. I see the open, binga! You feel me on that? And then this is a very early memory like that. You know what I'm saying? Of doing martial arts. So this is like some of my first influences like this was me and my father training together inside the garage. You know what I'm saying? Before I made it to my first academy and dojo doing taekwondo later, whenever I was a young boy at like 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? But those are some of my first early influences like that, you know, was working the action like that. As well, watching early UFC fights too. Badass. When I was like 5, 6, I could remember the memories. Me, my dad, my mom, my little brother, we'd be watching the fights. I can remember too, man, it was that old school. They're like, man, my dad would put the VHS tape into the VCR, and then we like recording the fights like that, old school style, like how you do it on the VHS recorder like that, you know what I mean? Some old fights, like, you know, when Chuck and Tito fought, you feel me? When Chuck and Randy fought, you feel me? When Vitor had done like the UFC tournament, and he ran through all these fools, you know? Some good memories like this. So I remember even watching it as well since I was a young boy. It's crazy. It's wild, you know. So that was some early influences as well like that made me have a passion for this. I'm glad too that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad too that I loved it. You gotta really love it, you know what I mean? And since a young boy, I was like, man, this is tight. Even, you know what else influenced me? Dragon Ball Z, baby. You feel me? Early watching anime like this since I was a young boy. Many fighting animes, you know what I mean? But Dragon Ball Z, dang, shout out, you know what I mean? Because that one really, they were in there fighting, and even though it was just an anime and stuff like this, but even the stuff that they talked about, you know what I'm saying? Of like, you could really like internalize that. It's like, even though it's just a show like this, but man, they're really talking about the real fighting stuff like this, you know what I mean? Of the internal power and stuff. And those were some early influences like that too, as just a young kid like this, that pushed me into doing the martial arts.
That's awesome. So you get exposed to it early. You got a passion for it early. When do you go, this is going to be my profession? Like, I can do this for a living. I can be a professional fighter.
I always done the martial arts like this. You feel me? The first time I knew I was gonna do this, I'll give you some memories. I'll give some memories real quick to y'all. I'm gonna talk. I got the mic right now, so y'all. This is one of my first interviews. I'm gonna talk it up, baby. You feel me? Well, some of my first memories like this. I remember being like 16 years old, and I was in there. This was after I went into my first mixed martial arts gym. Okay, I'd done martial arts already too. I did taekwondo, I was doing wrestling, but the first time I went to my first MMA gym, shout out to GB The Woodlands. I went to, I was like 15 when I stepped in there, and you know what I mean? I didn't know how you're gonna fight. I just knew I liked doing martial arts. You feel me? I went into the gym. Then one of my boys now, you feel me? But there was this young dude there. He had already fought MMA. There was people in this gym that had fought MMA. I'm like, oh, so there's people here that are fighting MMA, so this is, I guess, where the path is going to be. You feel me? And I can remember, I'm going to tell y'all this story. It's a good one right now. It's for me. I'm going to tell it to y'all. I was 16. you know, I'm playing basketball outside on the block with my friend, with one of my bestest friend, Kayed. Shout out to my boy Kayed Al Salim, you know what I mean? And we were playing basketball, and I told him this. I go, yo, Kayed, there's this one guy training at my gym that I just started going to. There's this one young guy. He's like 18 years old. His name's Alex Moreno, and he just did an MMA fight. He just did an MMA fight just like, you know, the other day or something. I didn't know you could do that like that just here in Texas. He fought in Louisiana or something. I was like, yeah, there's this young guy over here. He's like 18, and he just fought MMA. I'm gonna do that too then. I'm gonna go, when I'm 18, I'm gonna do it too then real quick, because this was my first. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how you're gonna do it. Then this is where then you could find some fights now, you know what I'm saying? And that was like my first time when I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go do a fight later once I keep training and I get a little bit older. And then the first time I fought when I was 17 years old, my first MMA fight, I was 17. I always knew I was going to do MMA, but when I had that first fight at 17, I was like, oh, yeah. I won by TKO. The crowd goes crazy. And I was just like, yep, this is it. This is it. This is the good feeling. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing this, man. And damn, I'm glad.
That's for awesome. Sure. What have the last couple of years been like for you, right? Because you were close, right? You made it to Contender Series, and it didn't work out for you. You know, unbeaten at that point. So what happens after that? What you know, do you think, oh man, you know, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was? Or you question yourself, or did you go, okay, now I know what it's going to take for me to get there? What's the path been like since then?
Yeah. After the Contender Series fight, you lose. I lost, right? And then, you know, you live and you learn, baby. You know what I'm saying? And dang, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't take that L. You feel me? That was my first professional loss. And I know that in that fight, I could have fought smarter and differently, you know, but it wasn't my time, baby. It wasn't my time at that time. That wasn't my time. You know what I'm saying? Now I stand here, and now it's my time, inshallah. You feel me on that? And man, you know, hey, that's part of the martial arts, baby. You take some licks, bro, but hey, man, that's what also makes you a fighter too, man, because you get knocked down, then, hey, back to the drawing board. You got to learn, and you got to get better. How do you make those adjustments, you know? And I'm glad that I had great friends. My family was awesome. My teammates, my coaches, I couldn't have done it without them. You feel me? Because they helped me. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, just worked on those things. Worked on the things of what was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? In the mind. And then, obviously, you always going to keep improving on the martial arts. How you going to keep improving, right? You know, learning new moves, learning new tactics, improving your offense, improving your defense, decision-making in that moment, you know what I mean? So it's like, hey, you know, I remember, too, I lost if I was wondering, hey, oh, man, you know, that was such a big one. But, hey, it makes you stronger, bro. You feel me? Especially, too, losing on that type of platform on the Contenders thing. And that was my first loss and everything like that. But, hey, like, you know, it's all good. Hey, they say too, hey, with the Saiyans, after every battle, you always come back stronger. You feel me on that? And, hey, that's how it was, bro. So it's all good, baby. You live and you learn. But, hey, now, here I am now. I'm talking with y'all, chopping it up. And, hey, I'm finna be fighting again next week. And this time, because of the things that have happened to me before, when you take those licks, you learn from your losses, you learn from your wins, and I'm thankful now that I'm going to be fighting again like next week-ish, and now where I stand here today, before I go into battle next time, now I'm even better than I was before. This is the best I've been. You feel me on that? Because now, I'm here at 27 years old now, you feel me? And so now, keep it going, bro. This is it, you know?
Nice. Last thing for me, talk to me about this opportunity, what this means to you, because on the one hand, you know, you win it, it's a path to the UFC. On the other hand, it is a television show as well, and I have a feeling the cameras are going to like you a little bit, this personality I'm seeing right here. So what are you looking at this is? Is this a competition and a path into the UFC, or is this, you know, maybe a chance for the world to get to know you a little bit?
Number one, yes, it is a big tournament. This is the tournament of power. You feel me? So number one, yes, me and everybody in my bracket, we must all do battle. And that's number one. So for me, I've trained hard. I have prepared myself physically and mentally, spiritually. What are my strategies? What are the moves that I repped over and over and over inside the gym? You feel me? To prepare me for this tournament. That's what's badass too. This is not just one fight. This is a full tournament. You feel me on that? And we're gonna be living in this house, training and with these people and everything like that. And yeah, so for me, number one, this is about the battle. You know what I mean? No cameras aside. It's just one-on-one. We're going to be fighting. So this is most important to me. You know what I mean? To step into the octagon, fight, and win, inshallah, you know? And then as well, obviously, then number two, hey, I am thankful that we're going to have all the cameras, you feel me? And it gives me the opportunity that even people, they're going to get to see me on a whole nother scale. They're going to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, what I be about, you know what I mean? How I be thinking, how I be living, you know, while I'm there with the camera. So obviously that's really cool too. You know what I mean? I'm very happy for that too. That as I get my first foot in the door right now into the Ultimate Fighting Championship, you know, that I get this type of platform to express myself. And that's cool, you know. But again, hey, number one, must do battle. So it's time to fight, you know.
When you get out there, what level of Saiyan do you reach?
Super Saiyan 3. And I say this because there's a part when Goku transforms in that one scene against him and Majin Buu. And they're fighting each other. And then Goku, he says that this part right here, this transformation is the one where it comes from something deep inside of you. You know what I'm saying? You seen the show, bro? You seen it? Man, that's what's up, baby. Yeah, man. When Goku says that, he's like, hey, this is something that must come from somewhere deeper. You know what I'm saying? Deeper inside of you when he makes that transformation. He literally, you remember on the, he like freaking, he be powering up. He screams for the whole episode. You know what I'm saying? He screams for the whole episode. He powering up, you know? But, dang. Because, you know, you training. He in there training. He got his power level to as high as he could. But I give this example if it comes from something deep inside of you, you know what I mean? Because this is a whole nother situation right now, you know what I'm saying? Something completely new, you feel me? And I know that this tournament is going to bring something out of me to the next level. This is something new for me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I trained hard, I did all the physical preparation, all the mental preparation. And now when I step into the battle, you feel me what I'm saying? That's going to be the whole new experience. And this type of experience here in the Ultimate Fighter, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be that type of thing that helps bring me to a whole nother level. It's going to be something wild. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.